Am I live?
You are live, sir.
All right. Hello, everybody on the stream. I am Darren, your not Minister of Security, your Master of Records. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be accessing the dark web.
I know it's going to be a little awkward, but you have to address everybody in the room as well as the stream. Focus on everybody here.
360, just.
That's it.
Mhm.
Everybody here, first off.
And you just interrupted my phone.
You're right, I'm sorry. It's a shit show, what can I say?
What's going on? Hmm?
You never practiced doing this before?
No, I did. So, just FYI, we have a snacks and drinks request form. I'm sure it's on the Discord. Anthony, can you pin that? And if you guys go into the shared files, a shared drive, shared server, you can find it on there. I would like you guys to look at it and kind of, think, hey, what do you want to see here, and what do you want to drink here? So, without further ado, as you know, we do not condone breaking the law. We do not come here for ways to break the law, and we're here to help each other learn and strictly for educational purposes. So, what is the dark web? The dark web is the World Wide Web content that exists on what is known as dark nets. Dark nets are overlay networks that use internet but require specific software configurations or authorization to access. Through the dark web, computer networks can communicate and conduct business anonymously, meaning that they won't divulge information, identifying information, such as locations, logins, bank information. The dark web forms a small part of the deep web. This is going to get complicated here. And that's the part of the World Wide Web not indexed by search engines. Although sometimes the deep web is mistaken for the dark web. They are two completely different things. So the best way to think about it is in a spider web, right? The clear web is everything you see on social media sites, Google, Bing, whatever. The deep web is what you can't find through normal search engines. And the dark web is, well, it exists on a little bit. I'm still getting the hang of it too. So, now we're going to start off with a few misconceptions with the dark web. As I just told you, the dark web is not the same as the deep web. And, when you look up what is the dark web, you might also find some creepypastas. Everybody knows what a creepypasta is?
I don't.
No? So a creepypasta are horror-related stories that have been copied and pasted around the internet. They're meant to scare audiences, and they've been around forever. So don't worry about these things. First misconception is the iceberg, right? The dark web is more like a spider web and not like an iceberg. If you read news articles about the dark web, you might see outlets use the terms deep web and dark web interchangeably. That's not the case. That's wrong. The deep web is just a non-indexed part of the internet. It's best described as the part of the internet that's behind closed doors. It's made up of legal documents, medical file, banking ledgers, corporate servers, intranets, and basically anything that shouldn't be searchable by any search engines. I know I'm repeating myself. My apologies. Now, the dark web is only used for criminal activity. While that is true, it has a more benevolent purpose. An idea for a secret network inaccessible to regular users was first conceived in the 1960s to 70s to provide the U.S. operatives, the U.S. government, with secure and untraceable channel of communication. Things got a little bit messy then, and the internet grew and Tor showed up at some point. Notoriously, WikiLeaks hosts a Tor hidden service where whistleblowers can make anonymous submissions, but even the New York Times, Facebook, and the CIA have their own Tor hidden services. yes, there are markets on there that sell guns and drugs and all sorts of illegal shit. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
You're fine, we're marksmanship.
Okay. But a lot of those places are tightening up security or have been cracked down on. The philosophy behind the dark web is it is an anonymous internet where freedom of information sales and ideas can flow. Did that not change? Oh, that's weird. No, I did not. I thought that was the same. My bad, people. Had a slight hiccup in the slides. So everybody thinks that the dark web is illegal territory to get on. It isn't. It's totally legal in most countries, and we'll be talking about some good practices in order to keep you guys safe while browsing the dark web. People use the dark web to view and publish content not permissible by their government, mainly. A US journalist may not be able to publish content through normal means if staying in a foreign country, but publishing that content is legal in the US. So in this situation, the dark web can help. Now, for dark web creators, especially now that there are more crackdowns, who really need to restrict access to their sites, they might password protect their sites, or they might put them behind paywalls or other means. So it's not going to be easy to find these things, but there's still plenty out there you can browse and whatnot. If you use the dark web to violate the law in one country, in the country you are in, you are still partaking in illegal activities and may have repercussions. So keep that in mind. You have to go to the dark web to find illegal activity. Yes, you can find illegal activity there, but legal activity is everywhere, even on the clear web.
Can't spit on the street, that's illegal.
Tor is the only service for the dark web. No, Tor is the most popular one, but there are other services you can download which do the exact same thing and lets you access the dark web. They may also let you access different parts. In this presentation, we're going to be using ZeroNet and Freenet along with Tor. So very useful for that. If you want to know, Tails, the Amnesic Incauto live system, is the live version of Linux OS that won't leave any trace of your activity or the OS on your computer, which is super nice. Whonix is much like Tails in that it is a live OS that runs next to your regular OS, but you should be able, oops, I misread that. In other words, you could use Windows, Mac, or Linux and just use Tails or Whonix on the side. Qrix OS is a single-user desktop operating system with a bunch of virtual machines running inside of it. It only has about 30K users, and it is arguably the safest because it is an OS comprised of several different virtual machines. Famously, Edward Snowden used this when he was leaking all his information. Now, I'm going to go over a few tricks and tips, best practices to not get yourself into any trouble. The Tor browser, I should have said this before. We're going to be going over the Tor browser really quick just to see how it works. If you want to keep your web browsing private, you can use incognito mode on Chrome or private browsing in Firefox.
You guys are welcome to go to these sites on your computers and
Excuse me.
download it.
While this will prevent other people who use your computer from seeing your browsing history, it will not prevent your internet service provider from seeing the sites you go to. Tor allows you to browse the internet relatively anonymously. It's not completely anonymous, because if someone's very motivated, they can find you. But for the most part, it's going to be a lot less monitoring on your system and you yourself. So how Tor works in a nutshell is that, oh my god, this is very complex, so give me a second. as you browse the internet, the Tor browser keeps you secure by avoiding directly connecting to websites. Instead, your connection is bounced around between multiple Tor nodes. And on the Tor network, each time you jump, it allows you, or it sends another bit of encrypted information, is why it makes you sort of more difficult to find. If you ever heard of the onion router, that's a pretty common term used with Tor. It is also responsible for a little bit slower than usual activity, but it means just more safety. You can also, excuse me, I just had a hiccup. If you feel your performance is unusually slow, you can also set up a new Tor circuit, as it's known as, by clicking the top right icon. I don't believe it is a hamburger anymore. I believe it looks like a dust broom, if I'm correct. And selecting the new Tor circuit for this site option, which will force Tor to find a new route to the site. One of the many features of the Tor browser is its anti-browser fingerprinting. In a nutshell, it means cybercriminals can tell what size your monitor you have, and following the patterns of that, if they could tell how your browser is maximized or if it's not. Hence, you will see some white bars on Tor, and I don't have a good explanation for you on it, but it's for your safety. Now, here are the best practices. Do not log into anything, anywhere, okay? Do not click on any banners or advertisements. And do not download anything. You download something, that could very well be a virus. And if you're doing it here in this room, I will be very upset with you, okay? All right, now I'm getting tired of talking. I'm out of breath. I'm gonna let you guys do the rest of the exploring and whatnot. So, quick disclaimer, we're not responsible for what you see, what you search, or whether or not you're mature about it. So go ahead and look up Tor, ZeroNet, and Freenet, and then get those running and downloaded. Now, downloading these guys is going to be from the ClearNet. Excuse me. And these are going to be relatively safe downloads. It's not going to do anything, and installing them should be pretty straightforward. On these PCs, you have full admin, right? If you guys are doing it at home, then you might have to make sure you're doing it on a PC you have full admin access to. Then go ahead and open Tor first. This might take a minute. Since we don't have a lot of people in the room right now, it probably should be pretty quick. And then after that, you want to open up ZeroNet and Freenet, both of which are going to look different and perform differently than Tor. And remember not to sign into anything, click on any ads, or download anything, and then just have fun.
But don't break anything.
Yeah, some things you can do is use a regular search engine and then try looking it up on the darknet, see if you get anything different results. You can try finding the black market Amazon. I haven't found it. And then there's, again, the Hidden Wiki. Hidden Wiki has a big old long history. And if you want to read about it and find out a little bit more about the darknet, that's where you should go. Now, this is this week's Crypto Corner. Did you put the key in the Discord?
I did.
Excellent. Thank you. And thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, Darren.
Is the mic still on? Hello, hello. Ah, there we go. Just had a little bit of mic troubles. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys really quick how to get onto it. I mean, how to get onto the dark web, right? Just go ahead, go into one of your browsers if you haven't already. This is simple stuff, so for anyone of you that wants to follow along, feel free to. But I'll kind of jump over looking it up online. So you want Tor, you want Freenet, and you want ZeroNet. Now, all three of these guys are pretty popular, so you don't have to worry about needing to go find something or whatnot. This is what ZeroNet looks like. And Freenet project. And of course, Tor is always pretty simple. Now go ahead and click download. For whatever OS you're using this on, and let it run. Let me get all this done.
Today was instruction on what we have been told about the dark web.
And let these guys go ahead and finish.
Telling you what it is and what we would use it for.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. If you are not, just know that all your feelings are temporary and this shall pass. So now that everything's done, go ahead and open it up. Now you're gonna, oh, and the mic just fell over. Damn it. There we go. Now go ahead and click install on the Tor. You want to do Tor first because the other two uses Tor, or they use something similar to Tor. I'm fairly certain, but usually I just do it Tor, ZeroNet, and then Freenet. That's how I did it. Managing all these browsers is going to be a little bit difficult, so make sure you minimize them and use them when you need them. So first, ZeroNet, you got to make sure you unzip it. Go in, right-click, extract all. Go ahead and put it on wherever you need it. I'm just putting it in the downloads folder of our PC. Oh, you guys, the mic might be picking up a little bit of chatter in the background. Apologies for that. Don't worry, it'll all be soon. It'll be all be over soon, so go ahead and just click inside of the extracted folder. It's going to be named basically the same thing. I can't tell a difference. And just click on ZeroNet. Quick tip, go ahead and create a shortcut. Right click, create a shortcut, and then you can put this on your desktop. And that'll save you some time if you ever want to go back to it for whatever reason. If you get this Windows Defender firewall blocked, go ahead and allow access. If you're doing this on your PC and don't want, the firewall to allow it to have access, well, of course you're not going to be able to use the dark web as easy as you could, but I believe you still be able to access some of ZeroNet's features. So I'm going to go ahead and allow access on that guy. If you guys are suspicious of downloading these things, that's always good to be suspicious. So, not so. But unfortunately, you guys will have to put a little bit of faith into it. That's something that one of the in-person people asked. Like, how do you know that these guys are safe and will keep you secure? You just got to you got to put some faith into them, unfortunately. So, ZeroNet, not this one. This one. ZeroNet is nice because you're able just to go to some of their stuff instead of Tor, where you're clicking on links and whatnot. But let me get to Freenet. Freenet is just an installer. Go ahead and double click it, set the language. It might ask you to install Java. Go ahead and install Java. because it's going to run the Eclipse Termin JRE. It's just another, how would say, internet service per se. I can't give you guys a scientific or very in-depth explanation because I only messed around with it for maybe a good day or so. So go ahead and click yes on that. All right, go ahead and on Freenet, go ahead and click next. Install it wherever you want. I'm gonna put this guy in the downloads folder, or actually, I'm gonna keep it default actually, because that's what the other PCs and everybody else should be installing it on. Of course, create a desktop shortcut. If you guys have a dozen desktop things, go ahead and send a screenshot of that and I will give you guys a thumbs up. Now, you might get this error code. I got it and it didn't affect how it ran, so I'm not sure why it's giving me an error, but go ahead and launch Freenet and Freenet will pop up. Of course, allow it through your firewall. I hope I'm not going too fast for anybody. If you guys need anything, just tell me to, Darren, slow down. You know, scream my name. Well, you guys get the idea. Don't actually scream my name. But Freenet is going to. Oh, this is weird. It wants to set up Internet Explorer 11. That did not happen. It actually used Edge on the other PCs. But I'm just gonna let it use that. Yeah, then we have Microsoft Edge. I'm using Microsoft Edge. Why is it doing that? You know what? It's fine. Just when you get to this page, make sure you change whatever your storage requirement is because I'm not. It gives us random amounts all the time, so it makes no sense. I usually set it to 12 because that's relatively comfortable if I want to put it on a flash drive or whatnot. And now, I'll talk about Freenet first. It doesn't look as nice as on Windows Edge, but Freenet, you go through any of these and you just select it, right? It runs on a local host, right? But you're going to be able to, oh, there's all the pictures. You're going to be able just to click on it and then you just follow the options to get to it.
Those ones are actually not good. I think it's the Pro, that's the one that has the little bar on the.
Excuse me, that's not correct.
I'm thinking about getting the ship. But that's going to be done. Yeah, no, I need the brand.
Freenet is a little bit older, and I find it the hardest to use. Personally, I like ZeroNet the best because you just sign in and then it gets everything. So I'm just going to sign it off for Freenet. I don't like Freenet, so give it a Freenet. And we're going to explore ZeroNet really quickly. I don't think Twitch Terms of Service is going to let me show off any of this stuff, but you know, you click on the name and this is everything that's running the domain, the address, and the network right now. The hello page, yeah, that's the hello page. But you go to Zero Talk, you're going to have a bunch of forum posts you can click on and read through if you want. Remember, don't download anything, don't click on any advertisements, and don't log into anything. If it's asking you to log in, get out of there. Zero Blog, you know, is like people's personal experience. You know, everybody knows what a blog is. Well, most people do. But go ahead and spend your time on any of these. GIF time, more zero sites. You know, it's just more of these things. I don't want to click on anything right now because I don't know if Twitch terms of service are gonna, get us banned. So I'm just gonna leave that there for now. Now the Tor browser, right? When you hit connect, it'll establish a connection, and this may take some time. It's actually taking some time because we have a few more people that just came in, and they're all trying to access Tor. And while they're using Tor, it's just making my load exponentially heavier. So it's going. Almost there. Okay, let me full screen it for you guys. There we go.
You want to see some malware?
All right. So, what I did this with is, does pineapple belong on pizza? All right. You go ahead and search this up, and you're gonna see some different files than what you would find on DuckDuckGo if you were to just open DuckDuckGo.
There's a lot. I don't know if you guys are watching the Discord.
DuckDuckGo. Will let me use the search engine. There we go. Perfect.
This right here is
Does
and it's all good. Don't worry about it. I'm not telling you got a priority. I'm just saying that's where I already talked about it. So yeah, I will check the balance and stuff. Which one are you guys talking about? Yeah.
So let me get this side by side so you guys can see. Oh, it doesn't want to do the full screen. Lame. So go ahead and scroll down here. You can see some of these are the same. You get the blog, but then you see a few differences, right? These more simpler stuff, you'll be able to find no problem. It's not going to have
You can go there at your own.
too much of an issue, right?
Then if you want to like get
What's really nice if you guys look up WikiLeaks, because WikiLeaks kind of, no, was it Hidden Wiki? No, my bad. Hidden Wiki. There we go. So this has a whole bunch of links if you guys want to just really start going in depth with it. It also has a little bit of history about Tor and its Onion service. And yeah, just as I scroll down, you can see all these. These are drugs. These are dark web vendors. Of course, I'm not going to be scrolling through it too fast, so I'm not going to be clicking on anything because I don't know. I'm trying not to get our stream banned.
Well, if you have Discord on your phone, do me a favor.
It even gives you a little bit of story, a little bit of history.
It's not even about that. We actually are buying snacks
So
and drinks.
that's about it. So
So there's a forum in Discord asking, hey,
Oh.
fill this out, tell us what you want.
I'm actually eavesdropping on Anthony right now. If you guys have time, make sure you guys fill out that snacks and drinks request form. That will help me greatly in getting snacks and drinks for the club. Of course,
I think Tim
you know,
brings in like 2 every time he comes.
we bring in snacks and stuff. You guys come in person sometimes, but this is a more official way to get more stuff. You know, I can get a refrigerator. You know, you guys want me to have a refrigerator, right? I want a refrigerator.
Obviously don't fucking
So,
buy drugs. Don't
you know, go ahead and fill that out whenever you get the chance. And that's all for this stream.
go to GitHub and you can look up malware, right? You can
Excuse me, I just had another hiccup. And another one. Okay, I have the hiccups. You guys are great. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna have to call back Anthony to get this to sign off. So,
there will be
yeah, everybody have a wonderful day.